Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. Boy, it's been a while. I think it's been over a month since my last video. A lot of things happening in my life. I really haven't had time. I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent if anyone cares. Maybe even increase the production value. This one's going to be a fast, cheapy, but a good one. I felt compelled to do this one regarding Joe Rogan not getting jokes, like jokes going boom over his head. I've been saying this for years, right? That Joe Rogan, like for a comedian, misses a lot of the jokes. He doesn't get it. Zoom. There's a great podcast from like 4 years ago. I tell everyone to watch it to prove my point about Joe being kind of a bubblehead at times. Wayne Fetterman. Go back to the list on Spotify. Try to find Wayne Fetterman. That whole podcast, Wayne Fetterman is just kind of being a dick. He's being sarcastic, and it's just going way over Joe's head, the whole podcast. Joe looks like an idiot in there. But anyway, so here we go. I've been saying it to people. I go, Joe, for a comedian, doesn't get jokes. It's so weird. He's like a bubblehead. And by the way, let me just say this. Everyone knows I love Joe Rogan. I think he's a freaking genius. He's a special person. Far and away has the greatest podcast in the world. He has great questions. He's very, very smart. But he's got holes, I guess, just like everyone else. But let me play this. Here is what's her name? Oh shit. I'll just show you here and I'll talk later. The names of these two comedians, but here we go. Well, let me hit play. I'm sorry for the lack of production value here.
When I did it, Mark compulsively tells jokes. Like, we all compulsively tell jokes. Did Joe not laugh? He didn't laugh at my jokes.
He laughed at like one of my stories. A couple times he didn't know I was joking.
Yeah.
This is good.
This is now the third Ari Shafir story. We don't even hang out that much.
I love Ari.
But
Ari has an impact.
He was talking about, we were kind of talking about Ari because we're mutual friends. And then I was like, he said something about all these shitty comics. And I was like, but enough about Ari Shafir. And then Joe was like, no, Ari's good, man. He's like,
So I know, right?
I don't know.
Dude, we were talking about like people fighting politically, and I was like, everyone's fighting, and what's annoying about the fighting is that people are forgetting that whether you agree with someone or not, they have the right to believe whatever they want.
Right.
Okay? And Rogan goes, even the Nazis? And I go, no, they have the third right. And he goes,
That's great.
He goes, you made me, I was going to have to be a Nazi sympathizer. He put me into a wall that I boxed my way out of with a quick joke. I said it that fast. Then he goes, isn't it Reich? And then Jamie looked up what Reich was. I was like, I just literally, it's true, which I just saved myself from having to defend Nazis.
Yeah, and it's a good joke that worked. And that joke would kill on my podcast. We're all things like that.
We're
Nazi
all
stuff,
jokes
I mean.
here. We're all Nazis.
Yeah.
When I did it, Mark compulsively tells jokes.
Yeah.
Like, we all compulsively tell jokes. Did Joe not laugh? He didn't laugh at my
That's
joke.
repeating the thing.
He laughed at like.
So Mark Norman, when they do Save the Parks, it's constant that she was talking about. It's constantly joking, and it's just boom over his head. So there you go. Nice and short. I just wanted to put this up because some people are like, really? Is that really true that Joe's such an airhead? Funny, man. I bet you that. I wonder if that would bother him. Like Joe says, nothing really bothers him, and he doesn't read social media. But he said, I am human. Two things he doesn't like, I know for sure, is height, about his height, and steroids. The steroid, even though he talks about it all the time, being on testosterone and all that. And that's, people know that. Like on Reddit, they fucking are always going after him with his height. It's kind of mean, but whatever. But Danny DeVito, they're always showing pictures of Danny DeVito and Joe. You know what it is? Joe is so huge now. He really is a good guy. And he's a genius. He's great. I love him. But people like to build you up, right? And then when you get too high, they want to bring you down. They love to see the rise. And Joe's had that. But now he's so big, they want to pull you down. I've been watching, again, The Last Dance with Michael Jordan. Same sort of thing. Michael Jordan, everyone loved him. Most famous person in the world. Greatest basketball player ever, arguably, right? And transcended sport, like in the mid-90s. Holy shit. The Bulls 6 championships, right? To repeat, right? And then they started getting into his shit, too. Like, you're too big. Like, started getting into his gambling. And maybe he's a dick and all that. So, same sort of stuff. Like, you build you up, then they pull you down. A lot of envy, jealousy, and all that. All right. nice and short. I promise to do more. If anyone's interested, the production value, I'll try to throw it right into the video instead of just holding up my phone. I know people criticize me for that, but glad I did this one. Anyway, Good Friends, Good Books, and a Sleepy Conscience. Really following the Yanks. Yanks are not that good. I predict the Yanks will probably win their division, but in the World Series this year, I believe Dodgers and Astros. I hope I'm wrong, because I'm a Yankee fan. Okay.